Come on up, buddy. Come on up. I got a couple new cats. This is Kirby. Kirby, you want to say anything?
Perseverance is the key to contentment.
Well said. No, don't climb on there. I need that. Alright, they're going to be crawling around. There's another one around here somewhere. I was watching one of the more recent Willem Verbeek videos where he was talking about his photo book collection, and it got me thinking about where we look for inspiration. A lot of times we look outward for inspiration, and I guess I wanted to talk about the idea of looking inward when we're looking at ourselves for inspiration. In the world of film photography, as in any creative pursuit, the journey is just as important as the destination. One of the most valuable tools that we have at our disposal as photographers is the ability to look back on our own past work and, in the words of Matchbox 20, see how far we've come. This process of reflection is not only a trip down memory lane, but also a powerful source of inspiration and growth. Film photography is an art form where every shot carries with it a tangible cost. Each frame captured on film represents a moment frozen in time and a chance to learn and grow as a photographer. Now, when you wade into your own archives and revisit some of your early masterpieces, brace yourself for some cringeworthy moments. Trust me, they're in there. Poorly exposed shots, awkward compositions, or just instances where you miss the mark entirely. You're going to stumble on some shots that just make you go, what was I thinking? And it's essential to resist the temptation to dismiss these as mere failures, and instead embrace them as stepping stones on your path to improvement. I recently took a look back at some of my old work, and what I found was, for lack of a better term, a lot of nonsense. It just sort of oozes the very essence of the term getting your feet wet, because that's exactly what I was doing. And all of those oops moments, they're like the golden nuggets in your creative river. Those underexposed calamities, they're like boot camp for nailing exposure. Those compositions that look like they were arranged by a squirrel, they're your drill sergeants yelling at you to level up your framing and composition. These apparent missteps are, in reality, our most honest and valuable feedback. They point out where you went wrong and serve as a guide to what to do differently in the future. But here's the kicker, it's not just about the nitty-gritty technical stuff. It's about your creative choices, it's about your storytelling skills, and how hard your images hit emotionally. So while you're sifting through your old work, ask yourself, why did I make those choices back then? What story was I trying to tell, and did I tell it right? If not, how could I have told it better? The act of analyzing your past work in this way fosters a deep sense of self-awareness and critical thinking. It's an ongoing process of self-education that pushes you to continuously refine your skills. And remember that even the most renowned photographers had to start somewhere, and they made their share of mistakes along the way. And it's through these errors and the commitment to learning from them that they honed their craft and developed their unique style. When you take a retrospective look at your work, you're likely to notice a fascinating evolution in your style and in your vision. As a film photographer, your creative journey is akin to fine wine. It's only going to get better with age. And initially, it's all about wild experimentation, trying every camera, lens, and film stock under the sun. It's like being a kid in a candy store, sampling every flavor. And at that stage, you may have been more focused on the thrill of capturing images rather than honing a distinct style. And I definitely fall into that category. In fact, I still kind of feel like I'm in that in-between stage. However, as you progress in your film photography journey, you'll find that your recent projects showcase a more mature and deliberate approach. Your work begins to exhibit a unique aesthetic signature, a visual language that sets your images apart. This evolution isn't just about mastering technical aspects like exposure and composition. It's about refining your artistic voice and discovering what truly resonates with you. This self-awareness is invaluable. It helps you understand what makes your photography uniquely yours. Recognizing how your style is developed doesn't just provide insight into your past, it also equips you with the tools to make conscious decisions about where you want to take your photography next. It's like having a roadmap to your creative future. You can identify aspects of your work that you want to further explore and refine. Perhaps you'll discover a newfound fascination with portrait photography like myself, or a passion for capturing the beauty of the natural world. Armed with this expression, you can set specific goals, you can experiment with new techniques, and you can push the boundaries of your creative expression. And also, imagine flipping through a stack of old contact sheets or negatives and stumbling upon an image that you had previously overlooked or dismissed. It might be a shot that at the time seemed unremarkable, but with fresh eyes you suddenly see its hidden beauty or emotional resonance. And I actually just recently found that with a few images that I took well over a year ago now. Like this image that I took of this dog as he was barking at me, something about it speaks to me now in a way that it didn't when I first took it. These forgotten gems have the potential to spark a renewed appreciation for your own work, reminding you that even in the past you had moments of brilliance waiting to be recognized. And also, unfinished projects hold a tremendous creative potential. Oh, we have another visitor. This here is Pierre. Pierre, you want to say hi to the people? Send him a message? What do you want to say?
The concept of marriage is outdated and unnecessary in today's society.
I wasn't expecting that. Okay, down you go. Anyway, where was I? Unfinished projects, too, hold tremendous creative potential. That half-completed photo series or concept that you set aside can serve as fertile ground for new ideas. As you revisit these projects, you may find that you now possess the skills, the vision, and the perspective to bring them to fruition. And maybe this video even acts as a reminder of that photo series or that idea that you set aside, and you know, maybe you should take another crack at it while you're here, because what once felt like an insurmountable challenge may now appear as an exciting opportunity for creative exploration. And also, revisiting past work to nurture and inspire creativity isn't merely a subjective notion. I mean, it's rooted in well-established scientific and psychological principles. When we scrutinize our past work, we can identify recurring themes, styles, and techniques. And this recognition provides us with valuable self-awareness, helping us understand our artistic preferences and tendencies. Armed with this knowledge, we can make more informed and intentional choices in our present and future creative endeavors, shaping our work with a deeper understanding of our unique artistic identity. Additionally, the concept of creative incubation aligns with the practice of revisiting past work. Creativity, I've actually found myself, flourishes during these incubation periods where our minds process information in the background, allowing ideas to mature and evolve subconsciously. Outside of making these YouTube videos and doing photography, I'm also a writer. I've written a bunch of screenplays that I'm trying to get off the ground, and a lot of times I just kind of have to put it on the back burner and let it fester in my mind, and maybe a couple months from now an idea will come into my mind and be like, oh, that's great for that particular story. Let me write it down, and let me try to dive back in on that particular screenplay. And I do the same thing with my photography, because when we look back at our past work, we create a comfortable and familiar mental space. And in that environment, our brain can engage in productive background processing, refining existing ideas and generating new ones over time, if that makes any sense. Also, something I want to note here, when individuals engage in the practice of critically assessing their creative work and learning from their mistakes, they often develop a mindset and skill set that can be applied more broadly. This mindset includes a willingness to acknowledge errors and a commitment to continuous improvement and an ability to adapt and grow. These qualities, honed through creative endeavors, can certainly extend to other areas of life where mistakes are often made. For example, someone who becomes adept at recognizing and rectifying technical errors in their photography may also become more skilled at identifying and addressing errors in their decision making, whether it's in relationships, in their finances, or in their career choices, etc. The self-awareness cultivated through creative self-reflection often leads to greater emotional intelligence and an increased ability to empathize and communicate effectively, contributing to more harmonious interactions in personal and professional settings. Pierre came back to say one more thing. All right. Pierre, what do you have to say on the subject?
In essence, the process of learning from creative mistakes can serve as a valuable training ground for developing the mindset and skills necessary to learn from mistakes in various aspects of life, ultimately leading to personal growth and improvement across the board.
I couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, buddy. What Pierre just said there is something that I found within myself, that personal improvement is a big aspect of my life, and one of the major techniques that I've found works for me is nearly daily, constant reflecting and retrospective insight into my past work, my past relationships, my past experiences, and my past mistakes. All of these things influence the way that I behave going forward, and I think to great effect. At the very least, I see myself becoming a better person with every passing year because I have this foundation to build upon. And sure, that foundation may have some cracks, but you fill the cracks, you build upon it, and then it's a rinse and repeat process from there. One thing that I vowed a long time ago to myself was to try my hardest not to make the same mistake twice. And I try to apply that to my photography as well as every other aspect of my life. And sure, there are times where you slip up, but you have to take those mistakes as stepping stones to a better you. Revisiting old photos isn't just about looking back. It's about connecting your creative past with your present self. It's a reminder that your artistic journey is a continuous thread, woven from the experiences and images that have shaped you. When you're in need of a creative boost, there are any number of photo books out there available for purchase, and there are an incredibly vast amount of Instagram accounts that you can spend hours and hours poring over, but I don't want you to forget that your own past work is a treasure trove of ideas, perspectives, and techniques. It's a trusted friend that whispers in your ear, remember where you came from, and let it guide you to where you want to go. No, buddy, you're gonna hit the space bar. I can't have you do that. Can't stop the recording. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you found it inspiring, and hopefully you use it as an opportunity to take a look at your own past work, and perhaps you will allow your past work to influence the work that you're currently making now. And I don't know, maybe this video reminded you of a project that you wanted to work on, but you kind of put it on the back burner for the time being, and I don't know, maybe now is your chance to maybe open that up and see if that's something that you want to pursue. Let me know if there are any other topics like this one that you want to see covered on the channel, anything that you want to see me talk about. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified when new videos are released. Also, you can become a member. Just find that join button, and for a few bucks a month you can get some interesting perks. And with that, me and Pierre will see you all next time.